Hello everybody, Roke here, and wanted to finish up part 2 for that video for bridge sets on Star Trek Online. This time I don't have a screaming baby, for now. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and hop right into this, and hopefully I could pick off and remember where we left off at. I was pretty sure it was the Maiko set, but let's just check. Okay, I got the Borg set on there. Pretty sure it was the Maiko set, so we're gonna do the Breen set now. Now this is the last set that I physically have that I can show you. Now it's not the greatest set by no means, and it's the ugliest damn set out of the entire game, because it literally looks like you went to a scrapyard and just threw a bunch of shit together until you got a ship that kind of looks similar on both ends, so it's symmetrical. So, with that said, let's hop in to see what it does. This is another draining type set, I do believe. After I'm done with this, I'll give my recommendations for that kind of stuff as well, for what ship should run what. Okay, so let's come on down here and see what this set actually does in the background. Superconducting phase channels, plus 32.5 transphasic projectile damage, plus 32.5 starship electroplasma damage. Okay, improves ship power transfer rates and all that stuff. Breen energy siphon, which is a really cool ability actually, because it'll siphon energy levels from an enemy ship, and it does a little bit better than the siphons that you can get from your bridge officers, slightly. If I do think about it a little bit better, I'm pretty sure that's what it does. What I mean what it does by is it does it better than your bridge officers do. So it's a good set for like vampiring type stuff, but it's not the greatest. It's a good set to have until you can get the what's it called? Here it is, the Aegis set. Until you can get the Aegis set, I recommend the Breen set, because you can get the Breen set from the Breen episodes. And it's very simple to get if you're doing alright with your leveling and everything. Let's see. Let's go to the sets, and I'm going to tell you where to get them, my recommendation for them, and I think that's pretty much it. If I think of anything else, I'll just throw it in there like normal, since I'm pretty much flying by the seat of my pants here. I don't ever do a script or anything for these things. I just go in and I just start talking about random shit. So, pardon my language, and let's get to it. Okay. This is the first one I think is adapted. Yep, the adapted Maiko set. I'm just going to slap this on here real quick so you can see what it looks like. And here it is. It looks just like the Maiko set. I recommend this set for anybody who flies a tactical styled cruiser. Now, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, a tactical styled cruiser is a cruiser that is not made for tanking. It's a cruiser like this cruiser here that is made for killing stuff 24/7. Now, this ship right here is made for killing stuff. It's not a tactical cruiser by no means, and I also recommend this set for anybody who's running a more of a tankier styled escort. Next, let's go to the Dyson. Now, I forgot to tell you where to get the Maiko stuff. I just realized that while I'm clicking on everything, so we'll go back to that in a second. Here's the Dyson set. The Dyson set also comes with a Dyson weapons set that you can get through the reputation and the Dyson Joint Command. Now, if you hover your mouse over these, well, not these, but these right here, it'll tell you what they give you. Well, never mind, they used to. So if you click on it and come down here and scroll, you'll be able to see what you get. So if you go all the way to number 5, this will tell you what you get for number 5 as well. It'll give you the Dyson Regenerative Shield Array. So you won't be able to complete the set until you get Tier 5 Dyson. Now this is the Dyson set. I recommend this for anybody who has really high shield strength and really high shield regeneration rates, because that's what this set is designed to do. Bring your shields up and hold them there and regenerate them like crazy. That's what this set does best. Sure. We'll do the Borg set now. Alright, the ugly, ugly Borg set. A lot of people like to have it on there because it is ugly. I do not. I cannot stand even for a second to have it on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off, because I don't want my beautiful ship to be tarnished by that nastiness. Okay, so the Borg set I recommend for anybody who has high hull regen, high hull strength, and resistance level is kind of like a, nah, sure, why not? But anybody who has high hull strength and high hull regeneration rate. So my ship, I'm just going to go ahead and show you the stats for that. It varies for some reason randomly. I was at 315% one day, but now I'm down to 284. I don't know. So, whatever. Anybody who has high hull strength, which what I mean by that is this right here. So I have pretty decent hull strength for this ship. And anybody who has high hull repair rate, regeneration rate, whatever you want to call it. That's this right here. Now, I can get 284.7% of my hull every minute, if that makes sense. That's the way I've interpreted it, because it's pretty much what it's saying. 284.7% of hull a minute. So that's my entire hull and some every minute will be regenerated. Okay. And here's my shield regeneration rate, whatever. Let's come down here. Resistance levels. Yeah, we're getting off topic, but yeah. Anybody with good hull strength and good regeneration rate, I highly recommend this set for you, because if you have good regeneration rate like I do, your ship will magically heal itself like crazy 24/7. I don't know how it works, but the Borg set, if you saw in the last video was kind of scrambled. I apologize for that, but if you come down here and look, there's autonomous regeneration sequencer. Regenerate 1% of your hull every 2 seconds. Now, when taking damage, 2% chance to trigger autonomous regeneration sequencer for 10 seconds. 2.9% of your hull regenerated per second, plus 0 to 50 all damage resistance rating. Now, if this ability right here is up even higher, this will be greater, but I think mine is as high as it goes, so that's what you get. But you also got to take into effect that if you're a tactical captain like me, this is as high as you get. If you're an engineering captain, it could be higher, because they are a completely different class of captain. Just same thing with the science. I don't really have that down solid yet, but I will be able to let you know within the next few videos, because I'm going to be doing a lot of experimenting and stuff with my different captains to see who has better what and stuff like that, so I can give a better video on recommendations and all that fun stuff. So yeah, that's what this set does. It'll greatly increase your hull healing abilities and stuff like that. I would show you, but I'm not in combat at the moment. One of these videos I'm going to go into combat with one of the guys from the fleet. Anybody who's in the fleet right now that's watching this video, if you really want to help in that video, just let me know. Make sure you get on vent and stuff like that so we can chat and everything. You can be in the video, whatever. I just need you to let me shoot at you while you occasionally shoot at me, so my ego will go up a little bit better. Just kidding. Anyways, that's what the Borg set does. So anybody with high hull, this one's for you. Let's see. We did the Dyson. The Jim Hadar set, like I said before, I've already said my recommendation for that, so I'm not going to go ahead and put that on there. The Jim Hadar set will be good for anybody who has a Jim Hadar ship, or the Kardashian Galore, or whatever the hell it said. Not really that big into that ship, so. Let's see what else. The Maiko set. I recommend the Maiko set for anybody who has a cruiser. Any cruiser will do. The Maiko set's a pretty well-rounded set, but it's not really made for PvP. Be back in a second. Okay, that was random. Okay, Anyways, the Maiko Set. Good for anybody who has a cruiser, and like I said, it's got this crazy beam right here. This is what it looks like on the tray. And what it does is it's pretty much just a, like I said before, a giant beam that destroys self-confidence pretty bad, because it'll knock you back. From what I've taken from people, like pretty much like throws them into a loop, like what the hell just happened. So that's what this beam does. It knocks you back. It cuts off your subsystems. If the person you're fighting doesn't know what they're doing, you can have their subsystems off. If you look right there, 5.4 seconds each for auxiliary impulse engines and weapons. But it takes off a lot of your auxiliary power, which is kind of an issue, but it doesn't bother me much because I don't have very much auxiliary power to begin with. I don't know. I'm looking at this here. It says 2.4 accuracy penalty inflicted from a critical hit when crippling fire, with crippling fire. Since it's below to self, I'm assuming that that's to yourself as well. 2.5% chance to self applies Omega weapon amplifier. Huh. Okay, so if you run this set with the Omega stuff, you can turn on the Omega weapon amplifier, which turns on your super duper weapons. If you remember that from the last video, I'm going to go ahead and go over it again, because the Omega weapon amplifier is the shit. 2.5% chance to self applies Omega weapon amplifier plus 10 current weapon power, 500 current weapon power resistance rating for 3 seconds, and 500 maximum weapon power resistance rating for 3 seconds. Okay, so it's pretty crazy. I recommend that for anybody. Alright. Let's see, the Omega set, I already went over that. That's for anybody with a small, fast ship. This set here, I'll be back again. Oh my goodness. So my kid is crazy as hell. Boys. Anyways, where was I? Oh, this one. The polarized stuff, the Breen set, you can get it on the Breen missions. If you press J on your keyboard, click on episodes, and you go to the Breen invasion. I'm not actually going to click on these episodes to find out. I take it back. I always do. Okay. So the last mission will give you the shields. I think this one gives you the engines, possibly. Yeah, there's the engines in the next to last. And this might be it, but I think you get the deflector quite early. Yeah, you can get the rapid reload transphasic torpedo. Just a side note, that's a pretty decent weapon to start off with, but it's not good in the long run, in my opinion. There's far better weapons that you can get. Nope, not in this one either, but it's got the Breen transphasic cluster torpedo in this one, which is called Out in the Cold. So I know one of these freaking missions gives you the deflector, I just don't know which one it was. Huh. Well, I know you do get that stuff from these missions, so feel free to look into it. So that's where you get the Breen stuff. The Aegis stuff here, I went over it. You can get this from the crafting place. Let's go to personal starship components. Maybe this is it. No, I don't think that's it. Let's go to starship weapons. It'd be weird if it was in weapons. I would not expect it to be. It's not. If it's in personal equipment, that's stupid. It's not. Okay. There we go. It is in this. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the Aegis set will be all the way down in the bottom. So I don't think you'll be able to use it or get it until you're level 50. Anybody from the fleet, Dougal at Selic, I think that's what his handle is, but he does all of our main crafting. If you ask him to make this stuff for you, he will make it for you. He will just request that you get certain parts that requires him to make with dilithium, because he's hard pressed for dilithium as it is, trying to donate to the fleet and all that fun stuff. So anything that requires dilithium to make, like schematics, I think might take the lithium, anything that takes the lithium to make any sort of way. Let's see, I'll look into it here. There's certain parts that you have to have the lithium. Here we go. Let's go back down to that Aegis set. It should tell us the common unreplicatable and uncommon unreplicatable parts. If you could read those, second one from the top and fourth one from the top, those require the lithium, just for example. So yeah, that's just certain things that requires the lithium to make and everything that you're gonna have to get him. I think the only set I haven't really told where you can get is this set. I'm pretty sure I touched over it, but you get this counter command stuff, the green stuff from the new Undine Reputation that came out not too long ago, like this right here, the console for the weapon set. Here's the shields, here's the deflector, the engines, and so on and so forth, and stuff like that. Here's the Singularity Warp Core if you're a Romulan character. Here is the Warp Core, Hyper Injection Warp Core. Let's see. Yeah, this is just a Singularity Core. It's not a Warp Core, it's a Singularity Core. Sorry. Okay, so there's all this stuff, just so you know, for the counter command stuff, the green stuff that I showed on my smaller ship. If you go down to Task Force Omega, this place is where you get a lot of different types of armor. I don't know why they still have it, but it should just be Mark 12 stuff now. Yeah, from the looks of it, it's all Mark 12. But you can get the adapted Maiko and the Maiko set, and you can get the Omega set for the ground. I'll go over that later. I don't think anywhere near all the ground sets because I don't really do much ground, but when I do, I usually use the Maiko sets, and the Omega set's my #1 go-to for tactical type stuff, so I couldn't tell you if you're an engineer or anything like that, because I don't really go on the ground with my engineer. So anyways, here's where you get the Maiko, the adapted Maiko, the Borg sets, the Borg weapon stuff, so you can get the Omega weapon amplifier. It's where you get the Omega set. Pretty much anything Omega, Maiko, and Borg is going to be in this right here in the Task Force Omega. This is the largest of all the sets places to go get sets, because you got Omega Space, Omega Ground, Omega Reputation. It's just so many stuff, so many things in this Reputation right here. Nukara is where you get the Nukara set. I don't have that completed yet, but once I do, I'll throw that in another video somewhere. I'm still working on it. So I got the Nukara set in progress. I haven't even started on the Romulan stuff because I don't really like it. I highly feel like it's only really made for Romulan ships. So I recommend this for anybody who's a Romulan. If you want Romulan stuff, be my guest, because I don't know anything about it yet. All I know is that a lot of Romulans use it, and a lot of people in my fleet that use it say it's a really good set for Romulans. So feel free to get it if you're a Romulan. I think that's all I have for this video today. If you like what you saw, show your support. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe. And like I always say, if you got any questions about anything I said in the video today, I will answer them in the comments. So feel free to comment. If you have any videos that you'd like me to make, you can leave that in the comments as well. I will be sure to make a video on it soon, because this is pretty much the only real series that I am really intended on making for people to ask for videos and stuff. If you go to my other videos, feel free to comment on those for a video and stuff. I will do my best to get around to it and all that fun stuff. So yeah, this is Roke, and I'll see you guys later.